So you mean to tell me that you can give me a false reality, leave me gaslit in my own home, you're stealing my keys so you can come in my own home with my own ex-friend who has hacked me, and it's hacking because just it is. I wish I could record like myself on the computer. It'd be proof. There'd be proof right there. Anyway, I mean, in the times that it's happened, I wish I was recording those things. Like not only on my phone, but my computer, my data disappearing, things like that. Just, what? It's hacking. And especially when it was like my story of like the abuse. And it's like as soon as I was touching on that and getting on him moving in that way with the past relationship and getting in deep in my feelings there about that, I come back home and that whole story is gone. It was like post-it note. Okay, I don't know, but I'm gonna put this in my little post-it note in the back of my mind. Like, just like the coffee, like me waking up in the morning to go to work, and I was like, I just want a little bit of coffee. So I get like a little half glass of coffee so I have something to sip on. And it's like, oh no, I wanted to make you a coffee. I was like, what? With how I've been feeling, like, that's the sound. I mean, that was an actual like video that's done. But when I start videos or like other things, or like just in the middle of like nowhere, that sound and then other sounds will appear. Like, that's not hacking. Like, that's not someone in my data, in the background of my actual computer. Like, I'm sorry, but it's the feeling of uncertainty on whether or not my safety is okay, based on the fact of knowing that this guy's knowledge level would be able to like look at everything you're doing, and so, and then if it did go to that level or didn't go to that level, you still don't have the right to do what you've done. See what I mean? Like, and like the post-it note of like the whole like poisoning, that first time, like he like really didn't want me to come out here, and I didn't realize it until I didn't really realize it or have that post-it note in the back of my mind until it was like the paperwork was settled and I paid money and I'm on my way back. Like, I hadn't even moved in or had like the closing date or anything like that yet, and I had cried. Like, I was all like, this is just eating me apart inside. Like, you mean to tell me like all these post-it notes in the back of my mind are fucking true? Okay, so in my resolve with my life, like I had been coming up from homeless, like I had lost like stuff twice. Well, 3 times. I mean, two times it was really important to me. Like I had like boxes of work that I wanted to go through. Like, I'm starting to go through my work now on putting and trying to like clean it up to put it online. I haven't even gotten through a notebook and I'm getting rebuttal. Like, what if I were to get through like the box that I have, and then how about I get all of the work that I don't even know where it's at, up in smoke. It's up in smoke because of the things that have happened to me in my life. You see what I'm saying, G? So, I don't know if this makes sense to people through like the targeted individual community or the spiritual warfare battles that Christians can face in their lives. I want people to really like put it into perspective, because they think that me like just posting about it is crime worthy, when they don't think about, oh, poisoning me, leaving me. Like, I was legitimately like blaming myself that night, like long before getting this place, or a while before getting this place, and it was like he had put something in my food. I don't know. Like, I was like, did you just put something in my food? Like, what'd you do? I was just reaching for the pepper, or the salt pepper, or whatever. The salt pepper shaker right there. I'm like, okay, just using it. Okay. But still, like, when you trust somebody, you trust them imminently. And it might actually place you in imminent danger that you don't understand is present. And then, well, I was blaming myself, like, I don't know how to eat right. Maybe it's the potatoes, like, I had too many carbohydrates, and it's the diabetes, just like, but no, like, it was more than that. It was more than that. Because it was like, I was like, oh fuck, I gotta get up, I gotta like go to work, or like go to work that next day, and or like be getting ready for work, and it's like I'm ghosting on myself. I'm feeling like, I don't know, like, how do you explain that? It's like you're fading out of yourself, and it's not like a regular feeling. It's like a very, okay, putting these things in perspective now, I'm just going to say it this way. Putting these things in perspective now, tell me wholeheartedly that what you were experiencing in those moments was not a lack of your ability or inability to eat well. It was absolutely something that had been being done to you. And so, me putting that into perspective, it leaves me in real questions of a lot of things that have happened to me in my life. And it'd be impossible to like get that out right here in a nutshell. But ultimately, it's like they think that they can get away with doing that to me when it's like days later I'm lopped off on my floor. Like, and I like legitimately, like, I don't know, it was like 16 hours worth of work that day. I'm not gonna fucking come through my door, fall to the fucking ground, holding onto my fucking chest for dear life, barely make it to my fucking bed, think to myself, I really want to be like poked and prodded on and like deal with ambulance and all that stuff. I'm gonna call 911 on myself, right? Yep, the thought crossed my mind, but it's like you're lopped off in that kind of abusive sleuth that's like you're unwanted in life. And not to mention that, but I think she had been whispering fucking like ungodly things in my ear when I was sleeping, like after she had been like figuring out that I'm finding out and I'm not gonna be happy about it at all. Like, bitch is coming up into my house, going through my stuff with my G. Oh, what do we have here? What do we have there? I mean, I could just, fuck off. And then going through my fucking notebook, and parts of my notebook are ripped out. I know what those parts held. They held proof. And you know what I've done with all of that? Is I've locked it in with the Lord's prayers. With my Lord's prayers. And so they go to levels deep that y'all don't understand. I mean, people that just normally think it's just whatever. Y'all don't understand. And then on top of it, like, there's so many fucking holes in your fucking game. For your own fucking mental images of what the fuck. Dude, like, this motherfucker had it in him to move this way. Sexually, perverted, fucked uply, like, fuck off. Like, for real. So no, like, you're gonna aim to fucking actually leave me in a covert war for my life, Like, I gotta go to work and put on a mill and fucking run paper rolls and all this stuff while having the mental image of this going on in the background of my life. Right off the bat, from me getting a place, crawling out from homelessness, crawling out from underneath, praying, God willing, this man has nothing on you, Lord. Basically. And he doesn't. He doesn't. He's a whole fucking heartless, cage-ass piece of shit, because anybody who is anybody who wants to actually fight for their love, value, they'd be willing to fight for you. This man would do shit. This man would do shit. He couldn't even come up into my own home to get a beer for me that night. Me figuring this shit out. And him thinking in the back of his mind, and I didn't know at the time, like, no, I didn't listen to all that shit that I've listened to. I had shit recorded, but I didn't listen to it. I didn't have time. I still trusted my G. You know what I mean? Like, he would have kind of came in my house. What I'm saying is, he would have came into my house. He would have been safe. I would have, whatever. It would have been just fine. But reading into that fear, like, with what just happened at the bar, like, could you even look at this girl? And now you're looking at me like, dude, this is weird. You're looking at me out of fear. And so I'm like reading into that, like, what the fuck are you afraid of me for? I know what you're afraid of me for. You're afraid of me because you should be afraid of me. You're afraid of me because you would be afraid of me. If any of this kind of sleuth of abuse of years, man, would ever come to light, oh man. I mean, people out here find this stuff out in the split second. And go to those depths and bouts of rage. So, like, you want to play about me like that when I've been writing on this shit for years. And, like, whatever, G. Whatever, girl. My love's value nothing to you. For you to do that, and that's the sleuth of abuse through the hacking. See what I'm saying? Because the only kind of person that could have that kind of mental constraint on the idea of that being possible is a fucking hacker. It's not like someone just, oh, I'm gonna try this and try that. Do you see what I mean? I am moving with absolution and aim and absolute intent. And I am not going to be sought out after or found out about. See what I mean? And because if that were ever come to light, a whole lot of other abuses that have been drawn up. Do you see that have been drawn up and trumpled up through fucking whatever, pushing, pulling, this, that, everything that you could think of to create that scenario of abuse, targeting, maligning, all that stuff. And then it's all just meant to make it look like it's all you, it's all in your head. And it's just not. It is just not. These are crimes over your humanity. They leave you in turmoil. They leave you in that abuse. They leave you in that wreckage. It's not that you are that wreckage. You're being left in that wreckage. You see what I mean? And so, when you're placed in that state of mind, and it's happening covertly, you don't know where it's coming from. all the way up until a point, yeah, you know where some of it's coming from now. And then it's like, motherfucker, you don't think for yourself that you got a hole the size of what the fuck in your head? Good grief, man. You do. You absolutely do. And these little tiny deaths in our lives are real deaths. They steal up actuality of what you're working on in your prayer life. Or like, say, the Lord wants to work within a person. If a person's maligning you through activity of knowing, through word documents, through expressions of art, through whatever that they can gain, collect to push you and push you, how is that not maligning and taking your life from what it otherwise would have been organically without that? Even in a circumstance of like wanting to be somebody's friend, and it doesn't go to the levels of hacking, it just goes to those levels, it's still pushing a person. I hope someone sees that, because that's fucked up. That's a fucked up way to take into somebody's life, and into somebody's value that they're trying to take up with them. Do you see what I mean? Their love's life value is being taken in, being taken into them with purity, with pure good intent, and then these motherfuckers want to play about otherwise about you. All of a sudden, just to fucking malign you, just to purposefully smear you, and whatever you, to fuck you up completely, because that's what 6 inches will do. Or 5, whatever. That's what a few extra inches will do. Coming from somebody that's willing to move about in that way. See, that's just it. You don't get away with that. Them dicks, in reality, them dicks get chopped off and shoved down your fucking throat, or them hearts get like tore out, shown to your face, ran over to your mom and been like, here's a heart that needs to be fixed, before they leave, and wish that they could have fucking blew you up back to life. Back to life. Like, and what I mean by that is they wish that they could just go inside of the life that you were presenting to give them, to lay down in that bed and blow up their prayers for your life. To say, please Lord, keep this man's heart beating alive and well, and all of that wellness and goodness that can come from a good person's heart to the Lord for another man's heart or another person's heart. And that, my friend, is where you have maligned me altogether. But see, that's just where you didn't even think of it at all. At all. You didn't think of that at all. Or maybe that's why you did think of that, and that's why you needed to put your own intent to us behavior on anybody that came into my life. Not to mention that it's really daunting to me that she's chasing me and causing me to like do speeds ungodly, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna have this. You're gonna cause a fucking wreck. Go fuck yourself. Leave me the fuck alone. You don't fucking be this way and push and pull and push and pull. Christmas Eve, act like there's a fucking life for me to come there and treat me that way. The absolute fucking disregard, bitch. You have no fucking respect for humanity. So, you want to play about me that way? Yeah, bitch, I am absolutely out to destroy you, and right. 30,000 cathartic release projects or songs I hope I can get inside of a studio someday and really put some real effort into my own actual heart's work. I don't even want to be the rapper or the artist or the singer. I just want to write and drum. That's it. I want the rest to like come together. But see, that's just the fucking thing, is I have a fucking dream. I've been writing on this mission shit. And I've had a lot of it locked up inside of my mind. Because, look, I haven't been able to write out there homeless because of the fucking sleuth of abuse that I was left in before. And so bitch wants to come up into my life and then be like, oh, like she texted me this morning. Well, like it matters. Like it fucking matters. All this stuff that I have recorded on you, I want to play on YouTube. Let the world fucking judge it for all it is. All that it is. Fuck you, bitch. You belong in prison, as does he. Nobody, who is anybody, is going to get away with doing this to anybody's life. Not on my watch. And not on my Heart's Work network. Anybody who's anybody that wants to be that way in a network in and of itself, or be a fake, or a fraud, or what have you. You're done. You're out. Bye. I mean, it's as simple as that. Because the opportunity that would be presented itself to people through that kind of mission shit that I have created for people to actually rise up from no matter where they're at. It's true shit. It's real shit. And it's real mission shit. And it matters in this world. More than anything. More than anything. Those things matter. And so I don't care what anybody else has to say about it. She wants to move up this way in my life. And then act like any of it's gonna matter. You just almost left me for dead. Not just left me for dead as in like the whole like saying goes, oh, I was just left for dead. Like they didn't even care about me. No, I was left for dead to be left to die. Within whatever the fuck that was. My heart's slowing down. I'm like just praying to get through the nights that I can cry another day. Fuck you. Fuck you. And fuck you again. Yeah, you want to malign my life and my character and every kind of aspect of it. But you don't want any rebuttals back. You just wanted to erase that voice. To be able to speak for itself. And that is why I was lopped off on that fucking floor that day. Because y'all's fucking abuse, y'all's fucking crimes, if it were actually to come to, and actually to come to light, in this life, y'all would be in prison. And I feel bad. Because I loved you. But how am I supposed to feel bad? When I could have died. I could have died. And in your minds, I think even that night, you thought you had it. Don't worry, we got this. Meanwhile, I have recorded. I'm like. And like, there's more to the story, you guys. Like, I could talk about this for years. Like, there's no way like an hour or whatever is going to be a good length of time, or any amount of time. What I'm trying to come out and say that's happened in my life has been absolutely to malign me, to take me up out of self, and it has. And it's been made to like push me to the edge. They even got cameras and everything like posted up to like wait for the fucking answer back so that they can, you know, put the cops on you. You get taken to jail. They have what they want. They got the keys to the place. They don't know about any surveillance or any of that, but they fucked up, is what I'm saying. Because it's like they think that they can get away with this kind of abuse in my life to completely make me out to be somebody that I'm not. And in a way that's like, oh, you don't have it in you. Oh, but just push and pull. Just fuck you. Just fuck you. And anybody else out there that's like this, fuck you too. You have no fucking right thinking that you can walk from that kind of fucking abuse. Because look, I'm not safe. And every day I am not safe that he's behind a fucking computer or he's around at all. Now, with how he's moved in my life before, and I don't care where I get fucking people to speak for me. I don't care where. I will speak for myself, me and me, the Lord alone, to stand with me and me alone against every motherfucker here. Any motherfucker here that wants to step in this fucking way against me has some fucking payment coming back. You wanted to fucking play about me or take bribe money to act about me in a way, in that kind of way? That shit should be found out about too. You don't get to fucking play on my life in stages and stages to act like you can fucking move in my life in that kind of sleuth of a fucking abusive man. No, absolutely, with how you even started this shit and how you could even fucking start that kind of shit within your own fucked up heart. Within your own fucked up heart. And then you want to play about me all my life covertly, but as soon as I fucking figure you out, motherfucker, you can't come outside and play with the bum nigga. You got something coming up too. You both do. That kind of fucking abuse is done. Done. Finito. Capiche? And it's not going to be complete until y'all are in prison for what you fucking have done to me, because you don't get to get away with premeditated murder over anybody, especially not someone that fucking loves you. So yeah, fuck you. I'm out to malign every last part of your fucked up life. You owe me trillions. Trillions and trillions again.